We need to get caught up to speed here. Like with all this madness that's been going on, the internet is an absolutely crazy place. Can you just basically catch us up on everything that's been going on with this whole cheating scandal, fake cheating scandal?
Yeah, it was crazy. So it's actually brought us to navigate a lot of just new territory conversations in general. But I was working a wedding. I'm a videographer. I was in California working, and I just finished filming the ceremony of a wedding, and I get all these tags and notifications to my phone. I open a couple and I see this video, and everyone's like speculating, oh, it's Clayton and Susie. And there's a TikToker who made a video saying that that the most recent bachelor who's, with his girl still, she hooked up with him the night before, and she's like, I feel so bad for the girl. And I'm like, well, I know it's not Clayton. Like in my mind, I'm like, well, obviously not. Like, I just know. And then she's like, but I messaged the girl, and I was like, let me go to this girl's page. I click my messages, and I've got a message from her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there is no way. Of course in that moment, my stomach like dropped, because I was just like, what? Like, I just couldn't have even like fathomed Clayton of all people. Like, I just genuinely have so much trust in him as a good human being before anything else. And then I see a text from him, and he's like, oh my gosh, there's people speculating online. Like, this is crazy. And we FaceTime immediately. And I was like, and he's in his brother's apartment in Arizona. This is like the day after supposedly that she was with him, like not even 24 hours after she's saying she was with him. And I continue about my night. I immediately feel better. But of course you get that initial like just shock, because like who would make that up? Who would make that up? Like, it's the weirdest thing to me that somebody would go into my DMs, and not only that, but like post a public video. So the public video thing made it seem like way weirder. And I was with my like one of my employers and a good friend of mine, he's my trainer as well, and immediately he was right there with me, and he's like, it's fake. He's like, there's a TikTok, this is not real. Like, there's no way this is real. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. Late and I FaceTimed, I felt better, went about my night. We weren't gonna address it because we were like, obviously this is for clout. But then for me, I saw people like questioning Clayton, and Clayton did kind of come out and like share his location with the public, because he's like, y'all, I've been in Arizona for several days now. This is just like crazy. And then I was like, okay, I cleared it with Clayton first, but I was like, I want to post something because I trust you. I know, like, we know this isn't real, but like for everyone speculating, like I'm like, Clayton just can't catch a break. Like, he's gotten so much criticism, and he's just faced a lot, I feel like, and this is not okay. It's like slander of his name is how I felt. So I was like, well, I'm gonna come out and say something, because Clayton can share his location and share that information, but like there's more than just his location. Like, there's like, I was talking to him while he was in Arizona an hour before this girl said that she was with him in New York City. So I'm like, there's no way he could be there in that amount of time.
It's 100% slander of Clayton's name, of y'all's relationship. I like how you said, though, that it made y'all ask a lot of questions with each other. What were some of those?
So, I mean, I've been cheated on before, and actually I found out through a DM. A girl messaged me on a DM, yeah.
Wow.
So, which like, that's, for me, I'm like, that's girl power, like that's like, hey, I didn't know this situation, but here's the reality. And like, I respect a woman for like having the guts to do that. So getting that DM, like, as much as I thought like there's just no way, I told the girl, and I was like, I respect it. Like, if you believe this to be true, like, I respect the fact that you think you're doing the right thing, but why would you post a TikTok about this? Why would you, like, that immediately is like a red flag, as far as like, it didn't even give me really time to respond to the message that she sent me. She went ahead and like posted a TikTok an hour later.
Okay.
And
oh wow, that was the time frame of when?
I think it was about an hour later.
Oh, so she was okay. So she was coming for the clap.
So what were her exact words? Like, how did she tell you, and then an hour later just go ahead and post that?
She sent me this like several paragraphs of like, this is what happened, like basically like the details of what supposedly happened that night, and like a screenshot or a picture of what was supposedly Clayton's phone, which was not his phone. It wasn't in his phone case. Like it just wasn't real. But as of course, I'm like at this wedding, I didn't even see that it said New York City. So I just like got that stomach drop and initial feeling, but
Which is
then
normal.
within, yeah, exactly. Like, cause who would lie about it? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But pretty quickly I was like, okay, this is like super fishy. Like, what is going on? And yeah, it did lead to conversations, because I mean, I think Clayton for a little bit thought like he was like, if I'm being honest, he was like, I think you're being a little too compassionate with this person, because I was like, like, and I was being nice to her, because at one point she started to freak out and she was like, I'm getting so much hate. Like, this is scary. Like, this is horrible. And I was like, well, you posted a public TikTok about ruining what you thought was an engagement and like potential like marriage and stuff. And but I also like, I mean, I saw what Clayton went through with the show, and with a lot of people, criticizing him and sending him horrible messages. And we both agreed. We're like, okay, this is not, we don't want her to like go through trauma, even if she did make a really big
Beautiful.
mistake.
Y'all even say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just led to conversations of like, how do we navigate this in the future? Like, and also just like coming down to like pure trust, which we both really I mean, I trust Clayton more than like any guy I've ever met. He's like just got the most like pure intentions and like genuine soul, that I would never ever ever imagine this to happen. But it just like, yeah, brought up a lot of topics of conversation. How do we navigate this in the future if it's to happen? Like, how do you deal with a public relationship? Because today we came to this big realization that like the only times that we like fight or argue, it's never about like us, it's about the weird situations that we have been thrown into because of like a public relationship. Like this example, which we weren't fighting about it by any means, but we did have some like just tough conversations for like the future of like what are our expectations for each other and stuff like that. And yeah, we realized today it's like, this is like such new territory, and like we don't know who to lean on to navigate this stuff, so we just have to lean on each other.